Namaste seekers, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Nicolas Ulhich and today I will share with you about the lunar eclipse in the sidereal sign of Libra according to Vedic astrology. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Remember, this is sidereal Vedic astrology, is different from Western tropical astrology. This lunar eclipse is taking place on May 5th, 2023 around 1 p.m., 1:30 p.m. of Puerto Rico time. Make the adjustments to your local time to be sure of the proper and exact date and time. What is a lunar eclipse is when the moon is opposite to the sun. So this is 180 degrees, totally in the same degree, but in the opposite sign from the astrological view. And is in the same sign with one of the two poles of the moon, Rahu and Ketu. What is Rahu and Ketu? Well, Rahu is the head and Ketu the body of the demon, that in ancient times it says in the scriptures of the Vedas, the sacred Vedic scriptures, that there was an event where the devas or gods and the asuras or demons were churning the ocean to produce a very specific type of substance called amrita, which is the nectar of immortality. If you drink that, you become immortal. So it's very, very desired by both sides of asuras and devas. After the churning of the ocean was over and the amrita was produced, was in power of the devas, and the demons were not allowed to drink from the amrita. So one of the demons took the form or the shape, the appearance of one of the devas, and was kind of in line to drink the amrita. Because Surya and Chandra devas, sun and moon, were able to see beyond the appearance of the devas and the asuras, they saw something distinctive on this particular deva, and they realized it was a demon. So they called Vishnu and say, Lord Vishnu, there is a asura here that is pretending to be a deva, so he can drink the amrita. Vishnu came and cut the head off of the demon, but it was too late because the demon already drank amrita. So at the time the amrita was going through the throat, Vishnu cut the head off. This produced that the head and the body wouldn't die and they remain alive. So the demon cursed on the sun and the moon that will seek revenge every year on the eclipse day, which is said that in the solar eclipse the demon is eating, or the nodes of the moon are eating the sun, and in the lunar eclipse the moon. All of this said, now we are having a partial lunar eclipse, because to be a full or complete eclipse we need the full moon taking place in the exact same degree of one of the nodes. And now the moon will be full at 20 degrees 47 minutes in Vishakha nakshatra in the sidereal sign of Libra. But Ketu, which is in the same sign, Libra, it's only 9 degrees and 25 minutes, kind of 11 degrees away. That is making it to be partial eclipse and not total eclipse. An eclipse, considering is the revenge of this demon over the moon and the sun, is not an auspicious day. If you are signing a contract, planning a trip to somewhere, or doing something special, do as much as is in your power to change the date. This date should not be used to get married, to buy land, a property, a vehicle, because things will go in a very low vibrational and negative way. However, there are several remedial measures that you can take in order to pacify the energy of the day if you already did it, which is totally okay. I mean, could happen. But if you are on time to prevent this to happen any important for you on this day, do as much as it is in your power to postpone it, at least a little bit. And remember, we are under Mercury retrograde. I made a video about that you can check out on my channel about the effects of Mercury retrograde, but also because of that, it's not a very good time. This full moon and lunar eclipse is taking place in the sidereal sign of Libra, a sign which is air element related to karma, one of the purusharthas or goals in life related to relationships, happiness, and connecting with others in a purposeful, meaningful way. Right now, Ketu has been in Libra since April 12, 2022, and will remain there till October 30th, 2023. Approximately, Ketu and Rahu, because they move together in opposition, they take around 18 months to complete one full sign. On October, the last day of October, or one of the last days of October, Ketu is transiting from Libra to Virgo, changing the sign, the pole. And because of this, we have been experiencing some sort of letting go, transforming, healing, and deepening, going deeper into our relationships, the meaning behind, the purpose behind each and every of our relationships. Now, with eclipse, this could be the peak of letting go, transforming, and healing. If you have been having thoughts of letting someone go, this may bring you the clarity, the strength, and the awareness of how to do so, or how to improve that relationship so you don't need to let go to anyone. However, a relationship is more like two hands holding a rope. If one of the sides let go the rope, the other side has nothing in his or her power to do to retain, maintain, to keep the relationship going, because both of the hands need to hold the rope, not only one or the other. And now you may find that some of the relationships in your life, they are still there, but clearly with this eclipse you will realize they have let go of the rope on their end, and you are overdoing it. You are doing the things that should be done by others, not by you, and that is creating a lot of tension, a lot of perhaps fear of abandonment, a lot of desires, unfulfilled desires, and of course exhaustion. You are burning out because you are doing too much for yourself, for the other side, but it's not a compensation, it's not a return of the invested energy for you. What can we do? Well, we need to consider that each of our relationships is bound to us by birth through the Akashic records. What are the Akashic records? Well, if you want to know, let me know in the comments. I can make a video explaining quickly about that from the Vedic perspective, of course. But basically, the Akashic records are a sort of soul contracts between our soul, us, and other souls. And these contracts, most of them has an expiration date. And perhaps during this period, you experience the expiration dates of some relationships more than ever in your life. Why is that? Because the eclipse, the lunar eclipse in Libra, happens every 18 years. Imagine all the relationships that you have been cherishing, nurturing, protecting, taking care of for the almost last 2 decades. Now they are coming to a clear and positive, I will say, resolution. What it means, resolution? That these relationships will go to the next level, or they will just diminish gradually in importance and energy and interest, and in some way go away. But this is not bad, because when you create a space in your life, letting go of the old, you open up to the new. And the new are new soul contracts that were written by your own soul before coming to earth for the sake of your dharma, purpose in life, and for the sake of burning your karma here on earth. Each of the souls in your life are meant to be there, and they are only there because or you need it, or it's a reminder of what you actually need. Perhaps sometimes someone is coming to you to tell you a problem or a personal situation that they are going through, and you realize how lucky you are, how blessed you are in life. Well, this is a moment of that too. Be mindful of this great, important day, but again, don't do anything important under this influence because it's too intense. At the same time, we have that this eclipse is taking place in Vishakha Nakshatra, ruled by the dual gods Indragni, which is the combination of the lord of thunderbolts and the god of fire. This constellation moves in two directions, as shown by its dual rulership, that it has some part in Scorpio and some part in Libra. This indicates a place of divide or a crossroads in life. What does it mean? Now, a crossroad is in front of you. Whether you go to the right or to the left, but you definitely need to choose. If you choose the left, it means you are letting go. You are abandoning everything that is awaiting for you on the right path. If you go to the left, you need to quit. You need to detach yourself from the fruits, from the results, from everything that is in the other option. But if you choose the right, it happens the same to the left. Perhaps you are right now going through a period where you feel that everything is possible and you can choose both of the paths at the same time. Well, let's put it like this. If you are in an airport and there are two planes, one is going, let's say, from United States to Europe and the other is going to Argentina, or you fly to Argentina or you fly to Europe. There is not both at the same time. Perhaps in the future, I don't know, science will reach the point where you can be in two places at the same time. But right now, life is asking you to choose one of two or even many paths in front of you. This could be related to your profession, your purpose in life, relationships, health, any matter or topic is possible. It depends, of course, highly of your natal chart. And if you want to know more in detail about how it will affect you personally, you can send me an email. I will leave it here on the screen or in the description and the pinned comment, of course, so you can reach me out through mail. In this crossroad that we will find ourselves during this lunar eclipse day, it depends entirely upon us if the left or the right, one option or the other option. However, whatever option we choose must be with devotion and totally surrendering ourselves into that direction. Otherwise, many karmas will unfold because the lunar eclipse is a karmic day where the nodes are seeking revenge for the sun and the moon. Be careful of being mindful, being aware of if you are choosing for yourself or for the sake of someone else. If you are sacrificing something in your life, make sure that includes your well-being as well. Not only the well-being of your business, your family, your friends, or your relationships. Make sure you are part of the benefited, blessed people of this action. Also, we have that Indra and Agni, they are not opposite in operation, in action. One is related to fire and the other is related to lightning. So one is bringing light to something that is dark, that is confusing in your life, and the other is bringing the fire of transformation, of letting go, of healing. So it's a moment where something that you need to heal and to enlighten, to light up, must be taken care of. You will see that some things need transformation, some others need clarification. And because this nakshatra is ruled by Jupiter in Aries, that I already made a video about that, you can check on my YouTube channel, that you will find a full explanation about these transits. But Jupiter in Aries is bringing extra clarity, a lot of empowerment and determination to move forward and do what we must do in order to succeed, without, of course, violating Yama and Niyama. That is pretty obvious, of course. But now we have the strength to choose and also the clarity to do it. And Venus is the ruler of Libra, where the lunar eclipse is taking place, and Mars is the ruler of Aries, where the Sun and Rahu are located, that are the other half of the eclipse. The Sun is creating in Aries the lunar eclipse of the Moon in Libra by opposition. So the ruler of both signs, it's very, very important. In these cases, Venus and Mars, they are together in Gemini, the sign of mind, movements, information, traveling. Through interacting with others, through communication or information, right now you are very aware, you have a lot of clarity and determination of what of the two or many paths you should choose in this crossroad that the lunar eclipse is manifesting to you. Also, the moon reaches its maximum point of debility in the last degree of this nakshatra, Vishakha nakshatra. So here decisiveness and action is required, not so receptivity and passivity. You need to put the work done. You need to do your part. Don't wait for the universe, God, or anyone else to do what you need to do. If you need to let go, do it. If you need to say sorry, do it. But if you don't do it, the lunar eclipse will make you sure that you understand the importance of saying sorry or the importance of letting go. And definitely won't be in the nicest way. Will be through suffering and pain, emotional, physical, or spiritual, because that is the eclipse. The eclipse is a reminder that you need to start to improve your life in this or that particular area, depending on your chart, of course. So let's see what happened for each of the rising signs in this lunar eclipse. If your rising sign is Aries, this is happening in the 7th house, which is a house of karma, relationships, happiness, connecting with others, and this will be mostly through your partner, spouse, business partner, and will have some implications of your profession as well and your social connections. Be mindful of this area. If you are Taurus rising sign, this is happening in the 6th house, a house of rituals, of day-to-day life, of your efforts at work, of your health as well. Make sure you are not overdoing it, overworking. Take care of your health and try to improve or take the next step and bring your daily routines to the next level. Try to improve that at least a little bit, because there will be many revelations in doing so and taking you to do so. If you are Gemini rising sign, this is happening in the 5th house, a house of dharma, a house of purpose, creative intelligence, children, your own creativity as well, investments, advice. This is a period of time where you will figure out a much better way to solidify, to structure your identity and how you share yourself to the world. So be attentive, be mindful about this, and pay attention to the synchronicities and the transformations on this day. If you're Cancer rising sign, for you is the strongest impact because the moon is the ruler of your rising sign, and also this is happening in the 4th house, the house of the moon, naturally speaking. And the house of the moon, the 4th house, is related to home, house, vehicles, real estate, your mother, emotions, the unconscious mind, and also devotion, meditation, and it's a house of moksha. You will be extremely emotional. Your emotions will be all over the place. Be patient with yourself. Try to chill out. Try to calm down. Take cold showers. Be mindful of all of this, but also pay attention to all these movements and their respective revelations. If you are Leo rising sign, this is happening in your 3rd house of karma as well, relationships, connecting with others, and enjoying relationships, pleasure, happiness. And it's a house of communication, information, movement, traveling, sibilance. All of this will be very present. Be mindful. Don't overact, over communicate. Don't talk too much. If someone comes to you, approach to you, talking too much, try to be respectful when you say, okay, this was a lot. I need some time to process all the information you are providing or sharing to me, and I need to be alone for a bit. Be respectful, but say your truth. It's totally okay. And you have the freedom to say what you think and you feel. Don't feel sorry for taking care of yourself and your mental peace. And be careful with what you say, of course. If you are Virgo rising sign, this is happening in the 2nd house, a house of arta, profession. It has to do with finances, with stability, with security, with expression, beliefs, family. You may feel extremely unstable during this period, and also your finances may be all over the place, and you have like weird expenditures or expenditures that are actually not necessary. So it's a time to figure out how to improve that area, how to feel more confident, more solid, emotionally more stable, and to be very mindful of how you express yourself, the way you do it. If you're Libra rising sign, this is happening in the 1st house, a house of dharma, one of the most important houses, if not the most important, and it's related to your purpose in life, your direction, your health, your success, profession, your physical body, the physical activity that you do or you don't do, and your health overall. Pay a lot of attention of how to improve your physical activity in your daily routines, how to take care of your health in a better way. And if this is a crossroad for all of us, for you Libra is the most meaningful one, because it's happening in the house of purpose. Your purpose now is taking you to 2 different and completely opposite ways, A or B. You choose, but you need to really mend it. You cannot say like, oh, let's try this, and if it doesn't work, I go in the other direction. You are completely letting go one of the options to embrace, to be totally devoted to the other. Be mindful. You will do it amazingly well, but also do yoga, meditation, and purify yourself. If you can do a panchakarma, go ahead. During and after Mercury retrograde, panchakarma is always a great moment to treat yourself through Ayurveda. If your rising sign is Scorpio, for you is taking place in the 12th house, a house of moksha, spirituality, freedom, letting go, renunciation, retreats of long travels of foreign lands, foreign cultures, past life, karma, isolation. It's a moment where maybe you are thinking to immigrate to a different country, or you are already in a different country of the one you were born in. And this is a moment of great transformation and improvement in that area. Some obstacles are going away and a new life is starting for you. Or also could be that you are starting a new life by traveling to a different land, to a different culture, whether to live there or just to go through the experience of knowing the place and learning about that culture and having some good time there. Whether one or the other, pay attention to daily meditation, try to do it every day, and spend some time in nature. For Sagittarius rising sign is happening in the 11th house, a house of karma, relationships, pleasures, pleasure, enjoyment, connecting with others. It's a house of income, of gains, recognition, projects, networking. All that area of your life will be extremely active and asking you for transformation and clarity. So pay attention. For Capricorn rising sign is happening in the 10th house, a house of art, profession, work, connection with other people, with society, the influence that you have over other people and the other people over you. And also, this time is a time where you may find a challenge at work that may involve letting go that profession and embracing another, or you receive a rise in your at your job that somehow is transforming your life, because they want to promote you to a different position, but it's 3 hours away from where you live and you need to move to that place, or you find a job in a different country, different city that somehow is changing, transforming your life, and you need to choose one or the other. Perhaps you now want to make a travel, and to travel stops you to do something else. So, or you do this or the other, you cannot do both. Be mindful of this. Anyways, you will find the clarity to go through it properly. If your rising sign is Aquarius, this is happening in the 9th house, a house of dharma, a house of guru spirituality, of father, of good karma from past lives, of your mindset towards life, and adventures, exploration, higher studies. Now perhaps you are more on the crossroad of, should I finish my studies, complete my studies, or travel around the world? If I travel, I cannot complete my studies. Later on, that will be a problem. If I completed my studies, I am not sure if I will be able to travel later on. So you need to choose whatever you choose. Definitely, there is a lot of clarity for you right now. Pick wisely, but remember, depends on you entirely. And if your rising sign is Pisces, this is happening in the 8th house, a house of moksha, healing, letting go, transformation, rebirth, mysticism, inheritances, relationships, shared finances. All of that will be extremely present and asking you to take a decision. Something must go, something will come in your direction. Both things are good. Try to be detached, to do a lot of yoga, a lot of meditation, and try to be very mindful. You will have an extra, very powerful intuition during this time. And for everyone else, and each of the signs, talking about all the signs now, it is advised to do not eat any food, to drink any water or any liquids, because the food and the drinks will be charged with negative energies from the eclipse. However, if you live in society, in the city, and you have a very active schedule every day, and you anyways need to do what you need to do, well, at least put extra emphasis in giving your gratitude towards God, towards the divine, towards nature for your food. If you know, give Reiki to the food, put some positive intentions with extra consciousness, extra awareness, more than normal. As well, don't sign any paper, any contracts, don't take any new compromises. If you are getting married, if possible, change the dates. And also, after Mercury retrograde, be very mindful. Don't book any trip, any flight, anything. Don't buy property. Nothing important for you should be done on this day. You have more than many days ahead that are very positive and will bring a lot of success to your life. This one is not that day. Spend some time alone in meditation, doing yoga, reading the Srimad Bhagavad Gita or any other book that inspires you, motivates you. and do not look at the eclipse. It could harm severely your eyes, and it's really bad. It says that the strongest influence, the most negative influence of the eclipse is going directly to the people watching, looking into the eclipse taking place. Make sure you do not do so. That is kind of the trend now, to go outside on nature, even in groups, and eating a lot of fast food or snacks, and that is definitely not the wise thing to do during this time. If you made it so far, thank you so much for being here with me on this channel. I appreciate a lot your support by subscribing. It's just one click. You help me a lot, and it's totally free of cost for you. Thank you so much. Give me a thumbs up if the video and the information was of any use and benefit for you. And if you can, also you can share the channel so we can make the numbers go higher. That will inspire me a lot to provide more content to you daily. Thank you so much. Have a very blissful and take care, a blissful eclipse, lunar eclipse day, full moon day. Take care of yourself, do meditation, do yoga, everything will be just fine, but take care of the matters shared on this video. Namaste, Sri Gurubhyo Namaha, Harihi Om Tat Sat, Om Namah Shivaya.